What's up, guys, and welcome to my review of Lost Girl Season 5 Episode 4, It's Your Lucky Faye. Wow, this episode, guys. I've watched it once. I haven't managed to bring myself to watch it. I watched it on a stream, on the Fayepocalypse stream, on Tiny Chat. Massive shout out to Sarah who does that. Over in Canada. Fucking amazing job. And I've been on Tumblr. I have been on Tumblr, and I can't go on the Felcubus tag without crying of laughter because of all the celebration. And I can't really. I watched this episode and it was quite dull and it was a bit weird, to be honest. Bo was turning into a cat because of some lucky cat that Tamsin got her for her birthday, and it had the Oracle girl, Cassie, from like one episode in season 1 and one episode in season 4, I think she was in. Had her in, and she's been like captured and stuff by her cousin, who we find out is in the end her cousin has paid some guy to take her powers away, and that is basically what the storyline for the episode, like the single episode, the individual storyline for this episode, that's basically what it was about. There was a lot of story development, like kind of in the background, that we didn't really pick up on till right at the end. Actually, I remember saying in my last review that there seems to be a lot of character development a lot of the time, and there's like this ongoing story, like the bigger picture, that we're not really kind of too sure about because we're not given enough of it. And despite the fact that Cassie's powers being taken off of her was the main part of the episode, there was quite like a heavy part was part of the actual, what seems to be the main story for the whole season, to be honest. And it's Trick's sign-in book has been stolen by some people, one of them who slept with Mark, who's Dyson's son, and the other one was kind of like scouting around trying to nick everything, and it seems to have been given to someone that has something to do with the main storyline, because, you know, it seems to be a thing that the ending part of the episode is to do with the bigger picture of the season, and the last scene in the episode was of someone with the book and Cassie's eyes, and, you know, it was weird. Bo receives a box within a box from her daddy dearest, all the way from hell. We don't know what it is. We don't know what it is at all. But she ends up turning into a cat, nearly, trying to find Cassie because of this luck cat, and because Lauren didn't respect the cat. The person that owned the cat, who was supposed to be getting the cat's luck, becomes the cat, basically, I think is how it works. I don't really know, but it was a good episode, and I'm not just saying because of all the Valcubus. It was a genuinely good episode after we kind of got to grips with things. There seemed to have, like I said, there seemed to have been two storylines, and the fact that we actually have some like bigger picture story development happening now is fantastic. And taking it as about time, we're now officially halfway through the first half of the season, which is sad. We've even got 4 weeks left. But yeah, it was good. It was good. The thing is, there's obviously this massive competition between what used to be Lauren and Dyson for Bo is now Lauren and Tamsin for Bo. And when Bo says that she's going to drive the car kamikaze style with a blindfold with a cat in the front seat, Lauren's like, no. And to get on Bo's good side, Tamsin's like, yeah, alright, I'll do this. And I remember saying in the last video, we seem to have some of the badass Valkyrie back. I'm not sure we do anymore, because she seems to be as abrupt and as like kind of straight to the point as old Tamsin is, but there does still seem to be that softer side of it, which I'm not like saying I don't like. I do like it, but I do miss like just plain old cold Captain Slamson, at your service, kind of, I'm gonna fuck up everyone's life. I do miss that, but it is nice to see her softer side. I think they are trying to get a good balance, and they have kind of got it nearly, but not quite. Lauren and Tamsin in the forest when Bo gets the tail, and Tamsin says to Lauren that she's not the only horse on the green, or something like that. And I was like, oh my god, shots fired, Valkupus is gonna be a thing, this is fucking incredible. And then I was like, that's gonna be it for this episode, you know, it's gonna be, there's a subtle hint that Tamsin is thinking about making a move on Bo. That'll be enough to tide us over till next week. Was it fuck? Was it? Oh my god, I squealed like a freaking 10-year-old girl getting an ice cream for the first time. I don't even know if that's when you get your first ice cream. I'm gonna say that's what it was like. You know? I was like, Tamsin has obviously got Bo in the present. There's no way you just give her a cat. Wasn't expecting the other person to actually be herself. you know, it's Lost Girl, they do this kind of shit. So we have now Rachel Scarston, aka Tamsin, naked with a bow covering the top half of herself and a dressing gown, giving Bo a cupcake. At this point we don't know, she hasn't got any other clothes on, but you know, cupcake is given. And then all of a sudden we do have half-naked Rachel Scarston in a bow. I think it's been a long time coming, to be honest. I think it's been needing to happen for a while. It's only taken 3 fucking seasons. Considering Bo is a succubus and Tamsin is like hot as hell, it has taken so long for this to happen. I mean, it's coming to the end of the TV show now, and as much as I would love Valkupus to be endgame, I don't think any of them are going to be endgame. Just because Bo's a succubus, I don't think she can do like the whole monogamous thing. But if there was going to be one, it would be Valkupus, because sustainability, Tamsin's hot, what more do you need? It's... I don't really know, because Bo could have easily turned around after Tamsin had like pretty much given herself to Bo. She could easily have turned around and been like, no, this isn't going to happen. We're like too much like sisters, or like my Kenzie replacement, blah blah blah. Which is what I kind of got the impression that Tamsin was going to be after the first couple of episodes. I thought she was going to be like the BFF Kenzie replacement. I don't want them to become friends with benefits, because that would just be annoying. So the only way it would work is if it was like Endgame. That is the only way it would work. So anyone who is wondering, you've got 10 months till my birthday. Anyone who is wondering what to get me, I'm going to say this to my boyfriend as well. Anyone who's wondering what to get me for my birthday, cute Valkyrie in a cute bow that resembles Rachel Scarston would be lovely. And yeah, I was squealing like a little girl, and I was crying of happiness, and I was like, feels are flying everywhere. And living in the UK, I watched this live through TinyChat, like I said. It was 2 AM. My bedroom is right next to my parents, so I was kind of like having to like bite my hand to kind of keep the volume down on how happy I was that, you know, it was happening and like all the sex was everywhere. And I was just like, this is fucking ridiculous. So I don't know what's going on now, because they had like that bonding scene afterwards where they kind of talked, but nothing else happened like affectionately. So I kind of have the bad feeling that they are going to become friends with benefits, but I don't really know, because there was no, like, while they were talking, there was no affection towards each other, bar Tamsin saying that Bo was beautiful. And I was just like, what? And then they had that ending scene with the freaking books and the eyes, and I was like, why are you ending on this? Valkupus have just had sex, why is that not more important than your stupid main storyline? It's not like we've waited 2 years or anything. Oh wait, we have. I was like, a very kind of like bad mixture of happiness, anger, and annoyed, and kind of all the feels that had kind of come together over the last few weeks of watching this season had kind of like exploded into one ball of feels, and I didn't really know what was going on. But Dyson's son is a main character now. I think he's going to get quite on quite well with Vex, which I think will bring Dyson and Vex together. There was no Morgan in this episode. I don't know how Lauren and I don't know where Dyson stands with Bo anymore. I think he's just kind of given up, maybe? I don't know. Lauren is like getting on my nerves because she is like convinced, but at the end of the day she broke Bo's heart, so she can fuck off. Tamsin for me is the only one that is any kind of choice. If she was to have a choice, it would have to be Tamsin, but we don't know if Bo has feelings for Tamsin yet, like she did for Lauren and Dyson, or still does for Lauren maybe, I don't really know. We don't know if them feelings are there, so it's difficult to judge what Bo's gonna do, because at the end of the day, Bo's the main character, and they're gonna run the story on what she's gonna do, so it is very possible that there will be no endgame for any ships, at all, just to keep everyone, I say keep everyone happy, just to piss everyone off basically, because there's no, like, final, like, this is gonna happen now, you rest of you ships, just they're gonna go and they're gonna sink kind of thing. I really can see them just giving Bo no end game, and because, you know, she's a succubus, it's completely possible, and as much as I would hate it, I really can see it happening, which is a shame. But yeah, this episode, my favourite for obvious reasons, because Valkubus was literally everywhere. Tamsin's being a lot more forward about it, which is good. I mean, presenting herself to Bo in a bow was pretty forward. Yeah, so that was good. Story development was good. Didn't really get too much about what the individual episode story was about, but I think that I might tie into a few more episodes yet, because there seemed to be, like, Cassie's just woken up at the end of this episode, so I can imagine there being a couple more episodes, like, based around the main story for this episode, which would work, to be honest. They do need to start tying things together. One of the guy that took Casey's power away was one of the guys that was dead in the elevator. That was the other thing. So they are bringing everything together slowly, but they are getting there, which is good, because we do need some kind of, like, little bit of conclusion to go on by the end of the first half of the season. So that was my review of this week's episode. I assume there is an episode next week. I haven't checked. If there is, there will be another review out next Wednesday. Let me know what you thought of this week's episode in the comment boxes below. Like, subscribe, tell your mum, tell your friends, tell your dog, whatever. Don't really care. Just like our videos, write us some comments, let me know what you think of the episode. Let me know what you think of my review and my video. And until the next time you hear from me, guys, as always, stay classy, gamers.